Hello, thank you once again. So the last time I was here and I had my last recording was the concluding part of the video series I am making on Microsoft Security Portfolio. In that video, in that series, I established with this very slide I have in my screen right now that there are two areas or sides to Microsoft Security Portfolio. The first side is Microsoft Security Cloud, and the other one is Azure Platform Security. I rationalize reasons why this classification and this statement is very, very important for us to understand what I was about to do. And so the first side, which is the first area, which actually covers Microsoft Security Cloud, has been concluded. That video series has been concluded. Now, I am moving to the second side or area, which is called Azure Platform Security. But before I move forward, I want to say something very clear here. Microsoft Security Portfolio can be broadly grouped into two complementary areas. Microsoft Security Cloud, which focuses on protecting identities, endpoints, data, and applications. And Azure Platform Security, which focuses on securing Azure infrastructure and workload. So you can see why I kind of put them into two areas, broadly into two areas. And one area has been completed. Those videos are on YouTube. Then this is the second area, which I am about to start now. So, now that we understand that, so on the Azure Platform Security, there's another thing I've done is to let me say categorize the services that are under Security Portfolio. Now, the reason why I categorize it is to make us understand. A lot of things could be confusing when it comes to Microsoft Security or Microsoft Platform generally. So what I did is to categorize these tools and services into scanning and monitoring. Under this, I will discuss Microsoft Defender for cloud. That is where I will talk about CSPM, CWPP. Then I will move forward to Microsoft Sentinel, which is a SIEM product or security orchestration and automation, response platform. Then, moving away from that, I will go to what is called Network Foundation. Under this episode of video, maybe I dedicate a video to it. I'm going to discuss Azure Firewall, WAF, DDoS protection, Bastion host, and private endpoints. The hybrid connectivity will feature Express Route, VPN gateway, and Virtual WAN. Then the last one on the list is front protection and secret. That is where I will talk about the front door, Azure front door. I will talk about the key vault and manage HSM, then the Azure policy. So these are the things I will be taking care of in this video series. It might come down to maybe 4 or 5 episodes. I don't know yet, but just so let you know. And thank you again for joining me. Once again, my name is John Kayode. People can call me John K. See you. Hello, everyone. Thank you once again. This is the last episode on Azure Platform Security. Now, on the last grouping here, I call it front protection and secret. And the reason is this because those topics I want to cover here, they kind of have something to do with front door, Azure front door and Azure key. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is the Azure front door. The Azure front door delivers and secure global web application with intelligent traffic routing, number 1. 2, load balancing. 3, acceleration, and web application firewall protection. Now, if you look at my screen here, this is front door, front page, or let me say yes, page. So if you type a front door, you will, let me see front. So you see type front door, you will see this. So this is front door, and when you see front door here, you can see that we have a application gateway, we have load balancing, and we have the front door itself. Now you can see we have Azure front door itself. So you can create either of these depending on your workload and what you want. And but let's look at the front door itself. You can see that this is Azure front door. You can do a quick create, and you can say create Azure front door. But you have to be able to have a subscription, which is one I have here, and a group, a resource group. It's not registered. Okay, so this is not registered for CDN. Okay, good. So this is just to tell us that okay, this is possible. And what does front doors do? It delivers a secure global traffic routing and load balancing. But don't take that for that. Let's go to this place and see the front door itself. Now, if you look at it, I says it provides load balancing. So you see that is here, application gateway and load balancing. Then you provide content delivery. You can see content delivery is here. You understand me now? That is the front door itself, and you can see the traffic manager. Now, what does this do is that when you access a particular information, static information, and use it once, the CDN has a way of putting them into memory so that the next time somebody else wants to query the same thing, instead of going to the data source to go and fetch that, it just fetch it from the memory. So it makes it quicker. So this, if you are looking for something that will bring performance to your workload and bring, yes, performance and resilience, this is the place to look at. You can deploy, CDN, you can deploy load balancing, and all of that you can use to achieve what I call protection, what I call load balancing and efficiency within your workload. So moving away from that, the next thing is what I call key vault. So key vault securely stored and managed secret, encryption keys, and certificates used by your applications and services. So if you are using certificate, if you are using keys, API keys, or whatever your database strings that you want to be secure, properly secured, this is the right tooling for you. So if you come to Azure key here, so here you are. This is the first page, the front page, and from here you can create, a new key. Yes, you can create a new key and make sure that those keys are available. Yes, so that is how to. Okay, I think Azure key. Okay, so this is Azure key here. So you can create. I think I have my license. I don't think I have the right license to create more. But that is how to that is the environment where you have your Azure key created. Azure vault created. Okay, cool. So this is Azure key vault, and if you go to manage, you can see properties here, and you can see deployment plan here. You can see owners here, and you can provision here. So there are a lot of things to this. If you want to deploy it in your environment, it requires you to do one or two configuration and understand how it works. But the bottom line is that Azure key allows you to store secrets, be it database credentials, strings, connections, be it API keys, be it username and password, things that they are very, very sensitive and they're classified as secret. This is where you want to, or this is the tool you want to look into. Then I move into Azure HSM. Now, HSM, vault are also stored in HSM. HSM is a dedicated military grade, hardware that you can, if your regulation requires that you don't share hardware with other clients or customers when you are deploying your vault for keeping secrets, then you take advantage of Azure Cloud HSM. It provides a dedicated FIPS 142-2 level 3 validation hardware security module for managing cryptographic keys with maximum security and compliance. So that is what HSM does. So the last one here is Azure policy. So if I type Azure policy here, okay, it's Azure policy. Let me just put policy. Okay, so if you look at it, this is policy here. What does that do? Azure policy enforces organizational standard and governance by auditing, denying, or automatically remediating non-compliant Azure resources. So this is what it does. It's a compliance tooling that you can use to enforce some compliance rule, whether to reject or force it to happen. And yeah, so that is that. So the like I said, the purpose of this video is to do a walkthrough. I want to bring security toolings within Microsoft portfolio to you, but I don't want to do it just by thesis, just by talking about it. I want to give it, I want to give it some mental model. I want to give it an interface. So that is why you see that when I begin to talk about a particular product or capability, I do a simple walkthrough just to show us what exactly is there and some of the capabilities that you can explore and you can use in your workflow. And that is what I've done throughout this video series. So with this, I come to the end, or let me say the close, of Microsoft Security Portfolio, which is both for Microsoft Security Cloud and Azure Platform Security. And yeah, so maybe after this, I will have some other things to come up with. But for now, thank you. And I hope you enjoy it.